I'm Saul Kirsch with Double Alpha Academy, and I'm here today to introduce our latest reloading accessory, the click adjustable powder measure knob for the Dylan powder drops. Now Dylan ships their powder drop with just the bolt head, and while you can turn that by hand, it can be difficult to rotate, and also you have no adjustment by clicks. You don't know exactly how much you've rotated it. There's no system there to get precise measurements on your adjustments of the powder charge. So introducing our new Double Alpha click adjustable knob. I'll show you how that arrives and the steps that you need to take to assemble it. So when you receive your kit, you will have a wrap tie, the plastic wedge which is designed to hold the ball in the spring, the aluminum knob, and this is an aluminum anodized knob with laser engraving on the front, a small spring and a 4.5mm steel ball. I suggest that you dismantle the powder measure from your Dylan press before you start. It just makes it easier to handle and easier to assemble. A couple of tools that you should have on hand for the job: you'll need a sharp knife, a 2mm hex key, a flat blade knife is handy and I'll show you why, a little pliers just to pull the wrap tie firmly tight, and you may or may not need a file. Now the first step is to check whether or not you need that file. We found that some of the Dylan screw bolt heads here tend to be a little sharper on the corners, so occasionally when you first get your adjustment knob, you might find that it doesn't fit easily onto the head of the screw, the bolt. In that case, you might want to just file off the pointy corners of that bolt using a flat file, just to round off those corners a tad so that the knob will fit on easily, and you need to be able to push that into place all the way until it sits flat on the bolt head. So that's the only thing you may need the file for. I found just a couple of Dylan powder measures where the bolts seem to be a little sharper than the other ones we looked at. So most users will not need to take that step. But if you do, first check to see that the knob will fit all the way onto the bolt head and adjust if necessary. Alright, the first thing you'd want to do after that is attach. I'm going to put that little ball there. It's easy to lose, so take care of that steel ball and spring. The first thing you want to do is attach this plastic wedge underneath the charge bar, just behind the bolt head. And the way to do that is using your wrap tie. You can close it up to a certain degree. Position the wedge as shown, and then tighten the wrap tie into place. Now there is a slot machined into this wedge to ensure that once it's in place, the wrap tie cannot slide off. I'm going to use my pliers here just to pull that nice and snug and tight. That's fine. And then I shall use the sharp knife to cut off the excess of the wrap tie. Now once that's done, I have the wedge in place, and that serves to hold first the spring, and on top of that I'm going to place the ball. Now this is the step that you'll want to use this flat bolt, the flat blade knife, because this little steel ball is very easy to lose at this point. Once the knob is in place, it will no longer escape you. But the first step is place that ball on the spring and then use the flat blade knife to push that down into the hole and hold it in place. Use your other hand to pick up the knob, seat it all the way in, hold it firmly in place, and now you can remove that knife. The ball can no longer escape. Simple matter now to rotate and find, or if you don't want to rotate, just find where the grub screw is positioned. Use your 2mm hex key and tighten up that grub screw firmly until it locks the knob onto the head of the ball. So once the new Double Alpha adjustment knob is assembled, you've got 18 clicks on the rotation, and you get a nice responsive sound and clicking feeling each 20 degrees on the turn. And also you get the number indication so that you can remember, okay, your charge is with number 7 or number 8 at the top of the dial. It's a handy way to remember what your charge needs to be, and useful in case you have to make a controlled change from one load to the other. I'm Saul Kirsch with Double Alpha Academy, wishing you all excellent shooting.